What up, Blockchain Nation? What up, YouTube? Thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get weekly notifications whenever I release videos. For those who watch consistently, I want to say a big thank you. You're far too kind. So, some crypto projects that I think are exceptional and are going to change the world, good or bad. Some of these projects you already know about. Some of these projects you might not agree with in terms of their ethos and what they're trying to accomplish. But nevertheless, I think they're going to make a huge impact in the crypto space, in my personal opinion. Now, full disclaimer: all these projects are backed by Andreessen Horowitz. I have nothing to do with Andreessen Horowitz. I don't work with or for Andreessen Horowitz, but I think that they have made some very good bets in this crypto space, and I really a lot of their bets. Some of these companies that they have invested in have made a huge impact in the blockchain space, so I think it's a good thing to take a look at what they're doing. So here's Andreessen Horowitz. I have a motto that says software is eating the world. For those who do not know who or what Andreessen Horowitz is, they are a small venture capitalist firm with some very smart people, and they have a portfolio of projects that they manage. They have different entrepreneurs that they have backed and they've invested in, and they are really investing heavily in the crypto space. So most of these companies, or all of these companies actually that I'm talking about, you can check out more details about them on the A16Z website. But having said that, let's just take a look, and then you can decide for yourself if this makes sense or not. So one of these companies is Uniswap. Decentralized finance is huge, and I've talked about Uniswap before. Uniswap is a platform that allows you to pretty much trade or swap crypto assets, which is very cool. So if you're big on decentralized finance, and let's say you borrow DAI or you borrow Ether or some other currency, you can swap it for a different currency. So it's as of the time I'm recording this video, I mean, they're doing big things. They seem to be a successful concept so far, because millions and millions of dollars have gone through Uniswap. So I think it might be, it's too early to say if it's a winner or not, but so far so good. They're doing great things. One that's not so popular is Anchorage. Now, Anchorage is raising the bar for digital asset finance, the most advanced digital asset platform for secure crypto custody, tracking, staking, governance, and more. So yeah, like I said, they're backed by A16Z, and the crypto custody made usable. Institutional investors in digital assets no longer have to choose between peace of mind and asset predictability. Anchorage brings the world's most advanced and proven security architecture for cryptocurrencies custody. This is important because let's say you and I that we just buy $100, $200 worth of cryptocurrencies on CoinBase or some other exchange. We're not worried about custody. Although you shouldn't keep your currencies on a exchange. I say it all the time. You need to probably get yourself a crypto wallet. Can I find one, for instance? I've said this before. This is one I personally use. It's a Ledger Nano S. So please do not keep, especially if you have a lot of money, your crypto assets on your exchange. Move it to a wallet, or you can have your secret key on a piece of paper. But that's what these guys do. And interesting enough, I mean, this, like I said, I think these guys, in terms of A16Z, they make good bets. Now the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, has allowed banks to hold crypto assets on behalf of their customers, and that's powerful. Now let's say they are not in the business of doing that, which they are not, and they have no idea how to do it. They can always contract a company like this. So that's just my personal opinion. Next is Axoni. Axoni's distributed ledger technology provides secure multi-party data infrastructure with unparalleled performance. So pretty much they provide blockchain networks. A base layer for Axoni's distributed ledger infrastructure is their core technology, Ax core technology. It serves as the underlying framework to seamlessly share this and synchronize data between systems and institutions while maintaining the privacy, scalability, and auditability. So they provide distributed applications. They kind of provide infrastructure as a service and on their own blockchain network. In my opinion, they a little bit kind of like what Hyperledger Fabric is doing. That's what this looks like, in terms of they provide a blockchain network for you to build solutions on, kind of like more of a permissioned private network where you can leverage the power of blockchain technology, where it's secure, where it's distributed and decentralized, but build applications on top of it. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like Axoni is doing. I think a lot of these companies are going to come out in the near future, in my opinion. Like Hyperledger Fabric already is a project that pretty much kind of does what this does, I think. So this is something to look at. I'm not sure where this is going to go to, but I guess we'll have to see. Celo is a full stack approach, Celo layers of technology. Now, Celo send or request CUSD easily with anyone in your address book, powered by decentralized phone number verification. So this is interesting. So they allow you to pretty much send their own token or their own currency. You have to think of what this looks like. Is it an ERC20 token, or is it I have to find out exactly how they are doing this. But they have their own blockchain, which is a proof of stake based consensus with high throughput, low latency, and zero carbon. Pretty much what this means is, so for the most part, when you find a cryptocurrency, you will find a crypto network as well. So it's two things: it's a currency and it's a payment network. Ethereum has its currency called Ether, and at the same time it has a payment, the Ethereum layer, the Ethereum network. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a payment network, and at the same time it's a currency, or something that is a store. It's a store of value. It's a unit of account, something that you can use as a medium of exchange. And so this is what Celo is trying to do. So Celo is saying, hey, you can send their own currency, which will be CUSD, to anyone on your address book. So they have a network, a blockchain network, and they can send their currency. Now, a lot of these are going to come up in the future, and we're just going to show you a couple of them. So it's a good idea. I wish it was proprietary. I wish they were the only ones that were doing this, which would be powerful. They've decided to use a proof of stake consensus algorithm. So because it's a decentralized network, they have to have a way of knowing what all the transactions on the network are. So here we go. Native support for multiple ERC20 like stablecoin. So it's an ERC20 token, which means it's built on top of Ethereum. So interesting. Another one is Chia.net. It's a new blockchain and smart transaction platform that is more efficient, decentralized, and secure. So this allows you to build, it's kind of like Chia Network develops a blockchain and smart transaction platform created by the inventor of BitTorrent. It implements the first new Nakamoto consensus algorithm since Bitcoin 2008. New on-chain programming language that is powerful, easy to audit, and secure. So it's kind of like its own network that allows you to build applications on top of it. So it's kind of like its own Ethereum layer, so to speak, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So it's a smart transaction platform that is more efficient, decentralized, and secure. So it's kind of like building your own Ethereum layer, pretty much. And let's see how this goes. So this has to have mass adoption for it to be successful. It has to be something that a lot of people get involved in. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Chia. This, I don't know. I'm not too excited about. Well, another company is CoinBase. CoinBase, we all know, it's one of the largest centralized and decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. So there's Binance, there's Kraken, there's Coinbase. Now Coinbase is really coming up. Coinbase is has more customers than Charles Schwab at the time I'm recording this video. As you can see, they have some products that A16Z has used Coinbase to launch, which is the compound token, and we'll talk about later. So yeah, so Coinbase, I think, good, like them, I hate them, whatever. I think these guys are just going to keep on growing bigger and bigger. Yeah. Compound is a decentralized protocol. It allows you to earn money on your crypto assets. So I've showed this before, where you connect to the app. Instead of you just having your money in your, like if you have your money in your Coinbase wallet, you can have Bitcoin, you can have Ethereum in your Coinbase account, and it's just sitting there. If you have a bank account, your bank account earns interest, so why can't your crypto assets earn interest, which is just the concept. So APY, if you decide to supply these currencies to the compound network or the compound layer, whatever you want to call it, compound platform, you can earn this amount of interest. But if you decide to borrow, then this is what you'll be have to pay back. It's pretty much like a loan. It's kind of like when you use your credit card and you have to you have your high APR or whatever it is. So that's what this is. So if you're fortunate enough and you buy DAI at 4% and you borrow DAI at 4%, and then you are able to go to a platform like Uniswap and exchange this DAI for some other currency that has a higher percentage in terms of, or that's doing well in the market, then you can come and loan that. So let's say you buy DAI at 4%, and then you can take that DAI. I'm not saying you should, but you can take that DAI to Uniswap and they come back here and loan it at 2.34%, but you're losing money in that case. But there are different ways to play around with this, and that's what the concept of liquidity pools come in, and I don't want to bore you to death with all that stuff. Next is crypto. We're halfway done. CryptoKitties. I've talked about this in a video. This is an amazing, fun concept that I just think is going to keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, in my opinion. So it's a game that's built on top of Ethereum, where you can breed cute cats, and I think that CryptoKitties is just going to keep on going bigger. That's just my opinion. There's a project called Difnity. So it is kind of like another Ethereum concept, where you have your internet computer that hosts its native software. So it's kind of like an Ethereum. I don't know if it has its own token that you can that's on top of the platform, but is the internet computer a blockchain? I think I should research this more before I comment on this, but I can't say too much about this. I just have to give this a bit of a look. DyDx. DyDx is a trading platform for crypto assets. Allows you to trade. It allows you to trade, to borrow, to lend, to manage cryptocurrencies. But the question will be, different crypto assets. I'm not sure all the crypto assets they support, but so far they've done $1.2 billion and been traded on DyDx. So far is a focus on decentralizing finance, the goal of bringing security, transparency, and inclusion of open source software to the financial world. So my guess is that DyDx will be a decentralized trading platform. Will be my guess. Apologies if I'm wrong, but it looks like that is what it's going to be. Then of course we have Protocol AI. Building the next generation of the internet. So IPFS is great. IPFS allows you to imagine that you have a web server where you host all your web pages. You build a website, you take your code and you dump it on something like AWS, or you dump it on something like a cloud platform, or you dump it on something like GoDaddy.com. IPFS is different because with all those platforms you have a single source of failure. With IPFS, it allows you to have a distributed host server for your Ethereum or your applications, and decentralizing storage as well. So I think this is going to go a long way. That's what I think. I think it's going to be successful. It will take time. Successful program. It will take time, but I think it's going to be a good one, in my humble opinion. This is something I like. Not very big, but decentralizing naming and certificate authority. So currently, if you want to get a CA, which is basically to secure your website, when you see your HTTPS stuff on your website, you need to get a security certificate. So Handshake is a decentralized permissionless name protocol where every pair is validating and in charge of managing the root DNS naming zone, with the global goal of creating an alternative to existing certificate authorities and naming systems. Names on internet, top-level domains ultimately rely upon centralized actors with full control over a system which are relied upon to be honest, as they are vulnerable to hacking and corruption. Handshake aims to experiment with new ways the internet can be more secure, resilient, and socially useful with a peer-to-peer system validated by network's participants. I like this idea. It has to do with domain name registration. And the wonderful thing about this concept is that it's really going to change. It's really going to change, in my opinion, the way we do things on the internet. We just won't know that it's a blockchain. We just won't know that it's decentralized. We just know that it's cheaper. We just know that it's faster. We just know that it's more secure, more reliable. And we just wouldn't know that the underlying layer is a blockchain concept. Next, arguably, this is not a blockchain project, is Libra. Libra, Facebook, here we are again. I've done a couple of videos on Libra. I don't have anything to say about them, good or bad. I just like what Libra is doing because it's just helping to get more information out about blockchain technology. It's like they say, you talk about somebody in the news, good or bad. Let's say the person is a politician, for example, and you say bad stuff about them, good stuff about them. The fact you're talking about them is free. It's free publicity or free information, free news for them. So same thing with Libra. So Libra is, I don't know what will happen to Libra in the end. I think that these guys are just not ruthless, not the word. They are just resilient, and they're just going to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And eventually the government will just say, okay, what do you want? And they will have some kind of compromise. But either way, it's just going to make it good for crypto, in my opinion, because it just makes people ask more questions about cryptocurrencies. And like when Libra came out, everybody started asking, what's Libra? What's blockchain? What's cryptocurrency? So I think that Libra might be here for a while. MakerDAO, smart contract platform on Ethereum that stabilizes the value of the DAI stablecoin using some collateralized debt positions and oracles and some other smart contracts concepts, which is a good idea. It's also in the decentralized finance space, DeFi like Compound, but different. And I have some videos I've done about Maker already. If you subscribe to the channel, you know that I've done some videos on Maker, and I think they're going to be here for a while. Oasis talks about data and data integrity and how data is the new gold. Question or people argue is that who owns data? If you go to see a doctor and your doctor takes all your dental records or takes all your health records, does that information belong to you? Or does that information belong to the doctor? Things like that have to be very clear, and because in future, data is going to be a commodity in itself. So it's important that we have concepts like this or platforms like this that help to share, control, and make the data more secure. Openbazaar, free online marketplace. I like this. I think this is going to be big. So Openbazaar, sell anything, pay zero platform fees. So no listing fees, no bank credit card required, lifetime customers, customize your store, peer-to-peer, no middleman. You can shop in the world. People from everywhere can put their stuff on Openbazaar and they can just sell, you know. But Openbazaar is a different way to do online commerce. It's a peer-to-peer application that doesn't require middlemen, which means no fees and no restrictions. And you have words from fans like Andreas the Great, man for proponent of blockchain, specifically Bitcoin, trying out a simple store for digital goods. This is going to be big. I have to agree. If Andreas says it's going to be big, if Andreessen Horowitz says it's going to be, I think it's going to be. It's Bitcoin, the Uniswap payment network. You can pay with Bitcoin, Bitcash, Litecoin, Zcash. I think Openbazaar is going to be open large. That's what I think. I think so. Imagine buy and sell freely, free online marketplace with no platforms, no restrictions that you can earn cryptocurrency. Maybe I'll do a video just on Openbazaar one of these days. Who knows? Last but not least, we have Trust Token, which is kind of like another Libra concept, but the difference between these guys and Libra is that they're not Facebook. So Trust Token TUSD, the first regulated stablecoin fully backed by the US dollar. So it's a stablecoin that is backed by the US dollar. The problem with this is, however the dollar goes is how this coin is going to go, unless they decide to back it by another currency, which they have USD, they have Canadian dollar, they have the Australian dollar, the pound, and the Hong Kong dollar. So it might be a big project, don't get me wrong. Maybe I'm just not a big fan of fiat in the long run. I feel like my kids probably are not going to translate with some fiat currency, and I could be wrong. I don't know. Who knows where this will go. So these are the projects I'm looking at. These are the projects that Andreessen Horowitz has on Andreessen Horowitz A16Z. Some of the projects that they have, or this are some of the projects in A16Z's portfolio. I think they are, my personal opinion. There are so many other companies out there that are doing things, but I think these guys know what's going on, because they have some bets that have actually worked and have actually been successful, from Uniswap to CoinBase to Compound to CryptoKitties and the rest. So, well, they backed CryptoKitties, for example, when it eventually blew up already. But now I'm just rambling, so there's no point in me going on this video. Anyways, till next time, my wish for you is that you learn more about blockchain technology, because blockchain is changing and will change the world. And those who get involved early, in my personal opinion, will greatly impact the future. And if that is you, then let's go change the world.